It helps to know when to close your eyes and run. I bumped into this inn before any nasty shadows got their tendrils on me.
Free me and find out!
Luckily, I found this place. As have you. Whatever you say.
A telepath. Perfect for thinking. And I've been doing just that.
I just saw you murder innocent people. You think I don't know what you're capable of?
No one should touch that stuff. Not Wulbrin, and especially not those Iron Hand jackals. You do whatever it is you do. Then again, if you're going to the towers, it stands to reason you might encounter Wulbrin while you're there.
The Iron Hand gnomes have proven the impossible. Rune powder is real, and they have it in their possession. Don't be ridiculous. If I give you the schematics, how in all of Tyrell am I supposed to make the damn thing?
Let me down!
Please. I'll make it extra explosive, just for you.
Until very recently, I thought rune powder was a myth. A substance so powerful it could fell a city. A nation. Where in the world did everyone go? Quite the fuss. But I'm not sure why. You'll follow up, Keep things in hand, won't you? Yeah, of course you will. But if you insist. As I was contemplating his folly, I was spotted by a very ugly dwergar.
If anyone can, I'm certain it's you. But you won't do it alone. I'm working on a recipe to help you on your way. Disappointment. The raisin cookie of the soul.
I'm ready to pay back my debts to you, friend. All of them. Alchemist, tinkerer, adventurer, curmudgeon. I wear many hats, most with great enthusiasm.
Perhaps we ought to allocate our resources intelligently, according to our talents, as it were.
I haven't that much on me, I'm afraid. But I tell you what, you find Wulbrin and I'll return with exactly that sum.
Now, you, off to your heroism, as it were.
I found it around the neck of a thug in the lower city. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found.
Be firm with Wulbrin, but not too firm. Let him have his say, but don't let him talk over you. Got it? Yeah, good. And now I have a great responsibility to boot. I'm not sure how to lead the Iron Hand gnomes, but I know I won't do worse than Wulbrin, that's for sure.
What then? Torture? Blood sport? Or perhaps just a good old-fashioned walloping?
Don't threaten me with a good time. My search for Wulbrin has been one quagmire after another, as you know.
Knowing when to ask for help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness.
A friend. I'd do anything to find him, including trusting his fate to the likes of you.
Wulbrin, you fool. Pah. I was unlucky twice. The odds of it happening again are very slim. I know just the thing. You find Wulbrin, and I'll gather the necessary implements. Perhaps a bit more of this.
I certainly hope so. Or Withers will be most despondent. Look after yourself.
Not now yourself!
The Gondians... It can't be as it seems. Which is why I'm going after him. Someone has to stop him from ending his life in a blaze of foolishness. No offense.
Wulbrin!
Oh, where is he? If Wulbrin's dead, it's my job to find out who, when, where, and why. I know eavesdropper. Wulbrin, please. Please. They get very aggressive if we stop digging. Someone like that cannot lead the Iron Hand gnomes. We need peace. The very same to you. Though, with your record, I very much doubt you'll need it. Oh, well...
You won't find a worse gaggle of rare-do-wells than these Iron Hand gnomes. Except for Wulbrin, desperate though his taste in companions might be.
Come on, untie me!
Make it quick. We need to find Wulbrin. Now!
Please, that isn't necessary.
I'm about to hell!
Still, I couldn't save Wulbrin from himself. I don't think anyone could.
It isn't the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last. But I won't let him hurt anyone. Or himself.
Friends, and Wulbrin, he...
I haven't been there myself. The area around it is, well, cursed. Terrifyingly so. A new type of smoke powder. All the bang and boom of the original, but with an extra surprise. I call it the Brilliant Retort.
Go home, Barcus, he says.
Pah! Cut me loose!
Oh, forget about that. Wulbrin and the Iron Hand gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. You saw people in need and you helped them. It's what you do, apparently. Their fight has little to do with freedom and everything to do with power. I told Wulbrin not to go near them. But did he listen? He did not.
That's all I ask.
Wulbrin's a parochial sort. The mere sight of you would knock him out cold.
Indeed. He does.
I give you the Brilliant Retort. Now, I need to go find Wulbrin.
Would you look for him? I thought you'd understand. Guess not.
What are you waiting for?
I'll bear that in mind. Whatever it is, I'm sure the rescue of a few innocent citizens will round it out nicely. I thought I'd scout ahead, check for any nasty surprises, of which I found a great deal.
The Brilliant Retort, for starters. Here you are. I hope you like it.
Very good. Very good. Very good indeed. Destruction. The only thing it's good for. But destruction of what? Well, I'm hoping Wulbrin will be able to tell us. The deep gnomes at the towers, of course. And Wulbrin among them. If he's to be found. That bloody cult has taken too much. They need to be stopped. Well, I've been through worse.
Oh, yes. Hello.
On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again. Barcus Wroot is my name. Baldur's Gate is my home. Back in the city, I offered my expertise to the highest bidder. Now, if you're done rifling through my things, let's call a thing a thing. A deep gnome won't get far into the Absolute's orgy of evil. We already learned that in the Underdark with those sadistic Dwergar, didn't we? It's doubly true in this place. Questions first, violence later. And only if absolutely necessary. I'm sure I'll come up with something.
Me drinking beer won't save them.
As you say, when I'm finished making it. Good point. I hadn't thought of that. Thank you. I think I have a plan. Perhaps I can blast my way in. Never thought our first meeting would land us here. Of all places. But here we are. They've nearly started an all-out war with the Gondians in the House of Wonders in Baldur's Gate. There've been skirmishes. And now I fear...
You leaving would help my concentration.
Right. Wulbrin's life is at stake. We must focus. Go on now. I know the way home from here. But that's for me to worry about. I should contact Wulbrin's family. Though they won't relish hearing from me. While you were infiltrating the towers, I was working on something I thought might help in the fight against those cultists.
Not the lives of the Gondians you left to die. The bodies that burn in the foundry as we speak.
Oh, this is excellent. I'll get started right away. The so-called Iron Hand gnomes. Excellent access to technological facilities. But their politics are dangerous. Increasingly so.
You may have changed, but my debt to you still stands. The Iron Hand Gnome's firepower is yours to command. Just show us where it's needed.
You will? If you are successful, that would be most convenient.
Wulbrin! My Wulbrin!
Nonsense. When you've known each other as long as we have, there aren't sides. How could it...
They're a clan of artificers in Baldur's Gate. I won't speak ill of their skills, but their politics are another matter entirely. You. But I was too late. Wulbrin had already been taken to Moonrise Towers. The rest put to work. Because they're a gaggle of vindictive crybabies with no sense of propriety.
A terrible thing, isn't it? A terrible thing. To try your best and get nowhere at all. I'll soon be off to Moonrise Towers to look for my friend, Wulbrin. I understand you might be headed in that direction as well.
As I supposed. If you'll excuse me, I have something terribly important to attend to.
Won't be needing it. Thank you.
I may have lost Wulbrin, but I don't leave this place friendless. That much I know for certain. I may have lost Wulbrin, but I found a far preferable ally. Friend, even.
If only that were true. Wulbrin's a good sort, but he wouldn't know his Archaeus from his elbow.
To talk about Wulbrin, of course. Wulbrin must know their plans, and we must find him. If anyone can, I'm sure it's you.
I'm not sure. That's what the others said. And yet... And yet... How could it be?
I came down here looking for Wulbrin. I suspected he and his little friends might have come to this region. And I was right. And neither will this twit, apparently.
Working.
You have. But the lives of many people are at stake. You are a hero, aren't you? Isn't saving people what heroes do?
They have room powder, they have motive. We have to stop them.
I'll tell him you said so.
It's you, the mascot of my ill fortunes.
Rest at a drow camp. I'd be safer among mind flayers.
Schematics, sketches, maps.
Wulbrin's gone. Wulbrin's dead. But you know that.
Honestly, I can't even remember the last time we spoke.
I am many things. A leader is not one of them. But no time like the present to learn. And I can't do any worse than Wulbrin, sorry as I am to say it.
That's what I've been saying. There may yet be a peaceful solution. Hopefully this time, I'll be saving you. Or at least, not getting in trouble.
Help me down! You! This was not the deal! You were meant to stop this madness, not enmadden it!
What a brutal horror this life can be.
A pity Wulbrin isn't here. You two would have gotten on like a house on fire, I think. Yes, thank you. Now, please.
Huh? It seems to have disappeared.
Because there are gnomes trapped behind these rocks, stuck with a drow.
No! Not faster, you imbecile!
I'll not deny he wounded me. I cared for Wulbrin. Care for him, really. But he's acting like a true idiot. It's you. I should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wulbrin.
I say you're right. They deserve a leader who'll encourage them to create, not destroy. They deserve someone like me.
True,
But I thought you might at least try.
Thank you for noticing.
Curse this heart of mine.
If he's there, I plan to find him. These brutes are no mere goblins. I doubt you could take them on.
Let's be honest. Wulbrin hasn't been happy with me in... ever, upon reflection.
Go on. You have a city to save or something, don't you?
It is with a heavy heart that I remove Wulbrin Bongle from our ranks. You have until first light to leave the city. Wulbrin.
Actually, don't answer that. The littler said about it, the better.
But... Wulbrin... dead. I thought I was. Ta.
Right back at you. There's a recipe I'm trying to replicate. Something that might help you. You'll need it if you're going to get into Moonrise Towers and help the deep gnomes taken prisoner there. Now, I believe our business is well and truly concluded. I don't think you really believe that. A deep gnome strapped to a windmill wasn't your business. A group of captives suffering under mercenaries and cultists wasn't your business.
God damn it!
You did. But that means...
Wulbrin!
I found it round the neck of a thug in Baldur's Gate. It was speckled with blood. My friend, nowhere to be found.
You'll what? Tie me to a windmill? Enslave me in the Underdark? Smack me upside the head? I assure you, circumstance has beaten you to it.
Wulbrin is... dead. Far before his time. Mourning him will be... well, it will be the work of a lifetime.
So it appears.
Friend. Singular. I'm looking for Wulbrin. If anyone else should be incidentally helped, then bully for them.
You mean... but that means... Wulbrin!
What are you waiting for?
I don't know if you've heard, but some of the Iron Hand gnomes, my friend Wulbrin among them, have been taken prisoner in Moonrise Towers. Certainly not. In case you haven't been paying attention, my friend has been taken captive. He needs me.
I wish it hadn't ended like this. But I know you did all you could to help Wulbrin. To help me. Farewell.
And good luck. It's up to you. You're the only one capable of it. Crush them.
Well, there we have it. Wulbrin is safe and sound. Thanks to you. I owe you a great deal.
Much as I'd love to chat, I'm not allowed social breaks.
Oh. That's a little sad, isn't it?
What then?
I'll get to work on the brilliant retort. You get to work at the towers. Deal?
Ah, it's you. The mascot of my ill fortunes.
What has he gotten himself mixed up in now?
Let's not ruin the surprise,
Well, here we are. A most unexpected outcome.
I can't save you from yourself, Wulbrin. It hurts terribly. But I can't. Toss your values in the bin if you want. But don't throw out the Iron Hands with them.
You'll do it again, won't you? I don't have time for this. The Iron Hand gnomes might already have their hands on rune powder.
I wish you the very best. And then a little on top.
To Baldur's Gate, I expect. I don't know what they plan to do with it, but something of that power turned loose in the city. It could be carnage. Dig. And hope for an opportunity to escape.
Take my pack, if you can find it. The only reason those goblins caught me was its weight. I'll travel lightly from now on.
I'll be seeing you at your camp. Handy to have in the event of fire, though. I'd say all the best, but we don't know each other that well, do we? All the most middling. Ta. And so, thank you. With that, I believe our business is concluded.
You're tired from your exertions. Who could blame you? Have a smoke, a wash, or a polish, as it were, and let's regroup when you're more yourself.
The Wulbrin I know, the one who skipped rocks with me in the Underdark, he's still in there. I know it.
I'd tell you to write, but I never checked the post. Farewell, my friend, and good luck.
But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully I'll pick up his trail from there. This is, well, most unorthodox. So it shall be.
Explosive arrows. Here, take one of my old stock and be gone.
Once you're used to someone, you're used to them.
I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. He had this locket, see, that I gave him years ago before leaving home. Wulbrin made his life there. For his sake, if nothing else, I'd like to see it survive. That is to say, they gabbed about their plans like a geese, and I overheard them. Like a very devious goose. That sounds slimy. Never mind your distasteful predilections. We need to talk about Wulbrin.
It's about Wulbrin. We know he's been taken to Moonrise Towers, and we know I'm going to save him. Once again, however, you've done me a decent turn. Most amusing watching you wallop greylings. There are deep gnomes being held in Moonrise Towers. One of them is my friend, Wulbrin.
It didn't seem right to let you do all the work. And as it happens, I've cobbled together something of an alchemist's workbench here in this inn.
I thought the Iron Hand gnomes had corrupted you, Wulbrin. Now, I wonder if it wasn't the other way around.
Dwergar, who mentioned it, sounded truly traumatized. It was almost amusing.
As expected. Coercion by the book.
I shouldn't have let him drift away. Shouldn't have let that lot get their claws into him. I must speak with Wulbrin. Now more urgently than ever. Not now. We need to clear the cave-in. Something is wrong. Very wrong. An old friend. The kind one doesn't simply leave to his own reckless fate, even when it leads to the heart of a murderous cult.
Thank you for agreeing to find Wulbrin. It means a great deal to me. Indeed.
Well, you did it.
I'm a deep gnome, you're a drow. You helped me, now you plan to enslave me.
Who? Oh, right. Well, forget about that, Magungus. We have more important things to worry about. Like Wulbrin. There's no need for gratitude between Wulbrin and myself. His interests are my interests. And vice versa.
Unfortunately for evil, it has you to worry about. Look after the city. It's an awful place. But it's home.
Now, myself and the Iron Hand gnomes have much to disentangle. But when you're ready to face what's waiting for you, believe me, we will be at your side.
There's something in the air. I don't like it. And so, to Moonrise Towers I go. Wulbrin, it's me! I don't know when he became so angry. So violent. But I'm glad to say I see the truth of it now. At last. Nor have I. Everything in its due course, First, the brilliant retort. Then, Wulbrin. Then, your reward. I followed him through the city, to the wilds, through the Underdark and back home again. Braved goblins, shades, and evil I can hardly describe. A great deal. But I wouldn't mind halving the burden.
Yes?
What? And, thank you.
I'll be out of your way as soon as I'm finished.
Or worse, to try your best and end up hurting the one you love the most. I am. I knew him rash, but this is unspeakable. Speak to him. Help him see sense. Someone has to.
My back everything I needed to find him.
The Gondians deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces. Please, find out what's going on.
Nothing good happens in the Underdark.
Release me this instant, you beasts!
I appreciate that you're proud of your victory, but it's just that. Yours. Nothing good happens in the Underdark. You should know as well as I.
Oh, that's all right. I'm a patient fellow. I'm sure you'll clear a path for everyone. Soon enough.
I seek not promises, my friend,
But deeds worthy of your prodigious talents. They are inventors, just like us. Persnickety and self-important, too. But we all have our moments. A rune pounder bomb. Oh, what the devil has he become?
You don't know him, though. This is just his way. Rune powder. Do you know what it is? I'm hesitant to prevail upon you again, but I can't risk recapture. I'd be no help to Wulbren at all.
Thank you for your encouragement. I needed it. And have done since the day we met.
How kind. Don't suffocate on your way out. Goodbye, my misery's favourite companion.
Wulbren!
You'll need it. If you're going to save Wulbren. I thought they'd be easy to outwit. I had an entire plan.
Flames in the dark. His amulet found bloodied.
Still, I just can't save Wulbren. He won't rest until the Gondians are dead. And you in the bargain.
Unfortunately, it didn't account for an army of mad Underdark cultists. In that case, you'll be very pleased to learn what I have in store for you.
Oh, joy.
More cultists. The brilliant retort is ready. It's yours. There's something else you should know. Something I can no longer ignore. I was quite popular, too. I'm not picky about my customers. If you have a moment, I'd like your opinion on something. Do you? You can't solve the world's problems. I don't expect you to. You saved me. Now you'll extort me. That's how this works, yes? No. Find Wulbren, and you can have anything it is within my power to give.
And you're doing general heroism, I believe it is?
You! Get out of my nut! This minute! Now we're talking. I can whip some up for you, no problem. But I'll need a little time to gather the right supplies.
That is, if you're still going to help Wulbren and the others.
You're tired from your exertions. Who could blame you? Have a smoke, a wash, and a cup of tea. And let's regroup when you're more yourself. I'm a deep gnome, you're a grey dwarf. You helped me. Now you plan to enslave me. I heard you the first time. Nothing. I'll soon be off to gather your compensation. With your track record, I'm sure you'll find Wulbren in no time. So, I'll be quick.
I know. And one of you will die. Wulbren, I'd wager.
There are still gnomes trapped behind those rocks. With a vicious cultist, no less. Go on, then. No one but hangabouts and ne'er-do-muches here. And myself, of course. Nor did I account for some captives to be trapped in with the drow after the cave-in.
Some. But what he has planned is unthinkable. Maybe you can help him see sense. Someone has to.
I shouldn't be surprised, considering our history. And yet, they're not even going after him. I wish I were surprised. Ignorance is alive and well, it seems. Deep gnomes aren't restricted to the Underdark, you know. I've lived in Baldur's Gate for years. But, with a little luck, perhaps I won't. The brilliant retort, for starters. Here you are. As promised. I can't tell if you're my good luck charm or an omen of my every misfortune. Right. Ever the pragmatist, I suppose I'd be very, Very sad.
That's very decent of you. Very decent of you indeed. I'm certain Wilburn's never met a half-orc. He'd probably think you're a hallucination.
Then again, a small rest might be prudent. Give me time to think.
With the sword of justice in one hand and the shield of self-righteousness in the other, we most certainly will.
So it seems. I don't know when he became so angry. Perhaps he always was. And I was too naive to see it. My own fault, really. I should have dropped my pack and outrun those bastards. Alas, I'm going to hell!
I'm in search of a friend. I fear he's in trouble. See this? I gave it to him years ago before I left home.
I'd kiss you, but neither of us deserve that. I'm tempted to cheer at the sight of these dead Dwergar, but there are still gnomes trapped behind those rocks.
Here, take this, quickly.
You'll hear no argument on that score.
But using rune powder on the Gondians.
My friend. Yes.
He'll always be my friend, won't he? And I believe I'll think of him every day.
How can it be? I failed him so utterly, like the Gondians, who burn in the foundry as we speak.
Take it, and give the absolute hell.
You did well refusing Wilburn's proposition, but I fear he'll find some fool who'll plant his bomb. Stop this thing!
I haven't forgotten. And as it happens, I was making something to help you on your way.
Ugh, Maga Kamara. Those pustulant thugs! 1,000 days of darkness on the Iron Hands for dragging him into this.
I decided to scout ahead and get the lay of the land. What now?
Get me down from here!
Wilburn can be a little sharp, but so can I. You should know that better than anyone.
I suppose I do. Though I'm not counting on one of you to help one of me.
Unless you've got access to a 300-year-old Tempusian apothecarial almanac?
No.
I'm sure you would.
There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been.
No. And pestering the craftsman won't speed things up.
Do you mind? I'm trying to work.
We need to get them out. Now. I tell you to write, but I never check the post.
Well, if you turn into a mind flayer, I'll be sure to tell people you were a decent sort. Pre-tentacle.
Barcus, he called me Barcus.
A new type of smoke powder. I call it the Brilliant Retort. It's yours. Now, I need to go find Wilburn.
But here, take one of my old stock. I'm sure you'll find a good use for it.
Stop! Please!
Left the Underdark, way home, nearby.
Help would be welcome. Whether you're up to the job remains to be seen.
After all you did, I pegged you as a person of good standing. Guess I was wrong.
I'm no stranger.
Thank you.
Death. They didn't get trapped. They were kidnapped. Taken against their will by those cultists. If I ever get my hands on one of them, well, with you on the job, perhaps I won't have to find out. But his hate for the Gondians has blinded him. He believes they work for the Absolute willingly. But it's not true. I'm sure of it.
You're teasing me now. I'm certain of it.
Is it true? About Wilburn? Kill the Gondians, and you kill all we love. Collaboration, challenge, solving problems with the power of reason, creativity and invention. Perhaps. But while you saw a madman, I saw the boy he once was. Now, I've only to find my way into the towers. Ugh. But it doesn't do to remain smackhead. We fall, we moan,
Then we rise to annoy our enemies once more.
Wulbrin needs a hero. Someone like you. And you need a way to protect yourself against the forces of evil.
You can take that back. It's in the way.
Kill Tubin, and you kill all we love. Collaboration, challenge, solving problems with the power of reason, creativity and invention.
There. Celebration.
The mere sight of a dragonborn would scare him senseless.
That's
Very decent of you. Thank you.
Slow this thing down!
I'm not stuck. I came to find you, of course.
So many dead. Gondians, Iron Hands, Wulbrin. This wasn't supposed to happen. Just like that, I'm sure.
It's a new type of smoke powder. Plenty of firepower in it, but with an extra surprise. Sure to take those cultists down a short road, if you catch my meaning.
Very well. I wish you a safe journey. Perhaps I'll see you on the road to the towers.
That is not good news.
I take no pleasure in ousting Wulbrin. But he's not the old friend I remember. When did he get so angry? So violent?
You, on the other hand, have proven resourceful in such infiltrations.
No. No, I don't think you did.
I always do.
Oh, lies! Lies and more lies! You chose this horror show. You should have left me tied to that infernal windmill. At least then I would have died without these horrible images in my mind.
I did hear something interesting, though. There are shades that plague the path to the towers. Shades that fear not steel, but light. The Gondians are inventors, just like us. Similarly persnickety and self-important, too.
Too many permutations. Quite the headache.
Then, after a while, I'd find whoever killed him and put a smoke powder bomb in their trousers.
The brilliant retort will aid you.
Thus, I will make it.
Some of us are counting on you.
Thank you.
There you are.
Good. We need to strategize. A fair trade, I think.
We won't meet again. Good day.
Perished. But that means... But... Wulbrin... How could it be?
Let me down!
Don't judge him too harshly. He's been through a lot. When he's had some rest, he'll be back to his usual self. They call themselves freedom fighters. I call them extremists.
Come on! What are you waiting for?
The problem is this. A preponderance of evidence that I am a terrible adventurer.
I wish you'd left me tied to that infernal windmill. At least I would have been spared witnessing this horror.
Dear me. That's quite a loss. But, oh well. Wulbrin's back.
I have nothing left to say to you.
Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
How gallant. Don't suffocate on your way out.
I know someone of your background would fit right in that heart of horrors. But for others of us, it's quite a frightening prospect.
There's nothing I can do. It's over.
Fortunately for me, you do. There was a rather compromising incident at a windmill, and another with some Dwergar. It's too late for Wulbrin. For me. But not for others. Nor for you. I know you've learned about the gnome's pursuit of rune powder, but do you know what it truly is? The Gondians are people, no different to you or I. Don't harm them. I'm not sure I should trust Wulbrin's fate to, well, me. Well, perhaps Wulbrin is right. Perhaps I ought to return to Baldur's Gate. Free. Yes.
The city. Yes, that's top priority. Wulbrin's affairs need to be, organized.
Of course, but a moment, if you please. Wulbrin, I believe we really must discuss...
One and the same. Everyone seems to be quite aflutter. Do you know why? It isn't personal. No one likes the Iron Hand gnomes except the Iron Hand gnomes.
There we have it. Wulbrin is safe and well, thanks to you. And, as you so correctly pointed out, I owe you.
Fine. Show me where to go and I'll try my luck. I'll have a better chance of rescuing Wulbrin if I'm at my best. An old friend. The kind one doesn't simply leave to his own reckless fate, even when it leads to the heart of a murderous cult.
Let's not be uncivilized. Wulbrin, perhaps we can talk more later, when you've had a moment to settle in.
Wulbrin and the Iron Hand gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. I can't risk recapture. I barely escaped last time.
Still,
a friend is a friend. And Wulbrin won't last long in a place as dreadful as the towers. And, well, thank you.
perhaps I could be of assistance.
And before you go, I do realize an amount of thanks are in order. You've helped me. Twice.
Me? No. Not me.
That is, what do you know about rune powder? Pity. Everyone deserves a friend. Even me, apparently. Still, some bonds are simply unbreakable. Neither axe nor the ticking bomb of time can sever them. Your work here isn't done. So perhaps you should get on with it.
Stopped. Such a toothless word for cold-blooded murder. You would turn your back on innocent people. That's not like you.
I always help my friends. Until, if ever, we meet again.
Shoo then. For now. My friend.
Stop this thing!
Yeah, I should write a book. Root and Branch, An Unfortunate Life.
I give you the brilliant retort.
I'll say my goodbyes now. You were, that is, it was so long.
Perhaps I will.
Yes.
That's a nice idea.
That myth has come to life.
I cannot believe that. And I don't think you believe it either.
Ah, there you are.
Help!
Thank you. But I doubt the gods will hear you down here.
As am I.
I'm not one for parties on the best of days. And today is not the best of days. As you know, some of the Iron Hand gnomes, my friend Wulbrin among them, have been taken prisoner in Moonrise Towers. A Dwergar savior. Wulbrin wouldn't understand the concept. Shades, death, harpers, flaming fist. And this, of course. And the makings of an alchemist's workbench. Ingredients, too.
Go on, cut me down!
You'll need it if you're going to survive this cursed place.
I still want to believe you're better than that, Wulbrin. But even I am having my doubts. Please, speak to them before you do anything. They deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces, don't you think?
But I won't stand idle. I've spotted an alchemist's scales and had already been cooking up a little something that might help against those cultists.
Unfortunately for me, you're my friend. Rescuing you from mortal peril is my right. These were people. Friends. Families.
Ah, you found your way. Good. Now more than ever, I need to find him. We need to find him. He's the only one I might be able to speak to sensibly. Rest
At a Dwergar camp. I'd be safer among mind flayers.
Compensation? Was that all? Well, I expected worse from the likes of you.
Oh, welcome to the club.
So, you did it. Cleared the tower, killed the villain. Everything you said you'd do.
No matter what he's done, I can't abandon Wulbrin. You understand? You wouldn't even know what he looks like. Meanwhile, I'll need to think of an alternative. I must find Wulbrin, especially now that... Anyway, wish me luck.
Wulbrin, please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
I won't leave them to his whims.
Good luck with your new friends. They'll stab you in your sleep, but at least you'll be remembered as a real bastard.
That seems likely. Everyone loves providing refuge for a poor, defenseless deep gnome.
Oh, go enjoy your party.
It's about time.
A fellow knows when it's time to go his own way. We've had an interesting run of it, but it's time I wended my way back home.
You'd do it then.
You'd look for him.
Gondians respond well to reason.
So when you meet them, be reasonable.
Oh, Wulbrin. Why didn't you just listen?
You've done so much already. I'm hesitant to prevail upon you again. But
I must inform his family. Arrange his affairs as much as I am able.
If you'll agree to look for him, I'll make myself useful here. I've spotted an alchemist's scales and had already been dreaming up a little something to help fight off those loathsome cultists.
Wulbrin might be a violent bastard, but I have the privilege of being better than him.
Wulbrin is planning something. Lots of moving parts. I'm still trying to suss the details myself.
I say, are you quite all right? You look a little peaky.
The Iron Hand gnomes are forever in your debt. Our firepower is yours to command. Just show us where it's needed.
And just like that, you'd leave Wulbrin behind. I knew you lot were foolish, but I didn't know you were cruel.
I always help my friends.
The annals of Baldur's Gate. I hope the city has many more annals to come.
A new type of smoke powder. All the bang and boom of the original, but with an extra surprise. Guaranteed to end any and all arguments or protestations.
I'm glad you agree.
Well, I'll just, stand over there, in case Wulbrin needs anything.
To saving the city. And my fool of a friend.
I call it the brilliant retort. Seems a bit glib now, but it would have made Wulbrin smile, I think. What? You're... Excuse me.
Now, I dig. It isn't good.
Wait. I may be proud, but I'm no fool. If Wulbrin is to be found, you stand the best chance of finding him. Now, I do realize an amount of thanks are in order. You've helped me. Twice.
I'm certain you do. But if you should find yourself in the towers, perhaps you'll keep an eye out for him? Like what?
If only Wulbrin shared your sentiments.
Celebrate. I appreciate that you're proud of your victory, but it's just that. Yours.
Stop this thing!
You've unexpected friends. But my debt to you still stands. The Iron Hand Gnome's firepower is yours to command. Just show us where it's needed. I have no secrets from Wulbrin. And anyway, my very presence is a thorn in his side.
Don't know, don't care. How are things? How are things? Especially the Absolute. Out of one, really. It took a bit of nimble footwork to make it through the darkness uncursed.
I thank you for the invitation to your camp. It's, well appointed, not too crowded. On that note, I bid thee farewell. If we should meet again, well, we will have met again.
I'll do my part according to my talents. And you, I hope, will do yours.
Caught by goblins, killed in fray.
I was about to ask you the same. I'm going to Moonrise Towers in search of my friend, Wulbren. But, Wulbren, the rune powder. We need to discuss what you're going to... Not now. Wulbren's back.
Aha! I was hoping you'd find this place. Thought you might have fallen in a hole. I'm pleased to see you, but I think there's something happening at the towers. You like heroism, don't you? Might be of interest.
It's a new type of smoke powder. Powerful stuff. Made it myself. He should never have joined those bloody Iron Hand gnomes. I told him, and I told him, and I told him, and now he's dead.
Aren't you some kind of wandering hero? Isn't this what you do?
Because he has the same weakness as the Gondians. Pride. He's simply more honest about it. And more brutal.
Wulbren, enough! I won't watch as you poison your soul and the brilliant future that remains to the Iron Hand gnomes. I'd rather continue to prick his conscience than to be silently complicit in an atrocity.
I'm starting to see the truth of him, believe it or not. My expectations of that Magungus have changed significantly. But I still want the best for him.
If anything's happened to Wulbren, someone is going to be very sorry. I'll make sure of that. Perhaps that's why you've agreed to look for him. I'm lucky and grateful.
What? Nasty place, isn't it? My torch only just held out long enough for me to find my way here. I'm sure I'll have no problem locating Wulbren and skipping out of there, hand in hand. I don't know. Can't help but feel that something's especially wrong. I mustn't let my imagination run away with me, though.
Nor I. Which means quick action is necessary. Well, get on with it. Whatever you are.
I have no coin, but the foreman will be happy to provide.
Well, get on with it.
Find him.
Yes, I'm well aware. Well, there's no point speculating. Let us leave it at I fear. Then again, my track record is, well, discouraging. You helped me in this God's awful quagmire. When we're back in the city, I'll be fully in my element once more. But I still have hope. I have reason to believe he's in the Underdark. Hopefully, I'll pick up his trail from there. Wulbren is still missing, and there are gnomes trapped in Moonrise Towers.